Bruv, I just finished watching Invincible season 3. Yes, I am late to the party. Sue me. And while it was definitely better than its predecessor, I can't help but have mixed feelings. But this isn't a review video of the entire season. This is I, the big cheese, having a bone to pick with one character in particular. Atom Eve. Now, from the very start of the animated series, I particularly never felt any strong way about Atom Eve. At first, when I saw the female gender logo on her suit, I thought to myself, she's probably one of those strong female independent characters who always come off as annoying rather than compelling. But boy was I wrong. We all know who deserves that heavyweight title. Amber. The self-righteous, hypocritical, condescending, boring-ass first girlfriend who never really had any sympathy or empathy for Mark. So you can imagine, I was plenty glad when they broke up. I mean, Mark takes a beating every other day of the week. You should at least throw him a bone in the relationship department. Which leads me neatly to our latest season. Mark and Eve start dating, and at first, the whole thing seems forced and rushed. But you know what? So long as it's not Amber, that is some stellar writing, you guys. And as the season progresses and the whole relationship starts to develop, it's actually a nice change of pace for our long-suffering hero and his future bride-to-be. Their relationship is built on mutual understanding, support, and shared experiences. Although, I kind of feel that the show is hinting at the shared experiences being the reason why they are so understanding. But nothing really justifies Amber's character to me. She is like the villain of the last 2 seasons. Nolan is just misunderstood. Moving on, episode 7 comes around and it's definitely the best episode in a while since Nolan's Massacre. And at this point, my love for the character Atom Eve is at its peak. And at the end of the episode, she's in a hospital and Mark is face to face with Conquest. Episode 8 picks up from there. Mark takes a beating, the purple one takes a beating, then Atom Eve shows up and goes one-on-one with the bald one. And she's actually doing well. She's throwing pink everywhere. Pink armor, pink hammer, pink shields, pink arrows, fam. There was so much pink, Nicki Minaj would be jealous up until... You see, when you give a character an OP ability such as creating and manipulating atoms, what you are also doing is creating a huge gaping plot hole in your cinematic universe. A character who can create anything out of thin air has no real obstacles to overcome, fam. Don't believe me?
Now we just have to figure out how to afford it. There, 24 karat, you can sell this.
You already made a treehouse. You could just make us a cool place here in the city. I can look for a part-time job.
Now, the only thing worse than making an OP character is making that OP character a side character with the same motivations and vested interests as the main character. And the writers know this because from the first season, they tried their very best to keep Eve out of the picture as much as possible with the most bullshit of reasons that just makes her come off as naive and nonchalant at best. But credits to the writers, with great power has to come great limits. Otherwise, Batman will never have any bragging rights over the big S. So they gave Eve a limit. Eve can only manipulate and create inorganic matter, never organic matter. The moment she pulled a Jesus, I was left with nothing but questions. The biggest being, in a world where Atom Eve can manipulate and create organic atoms on a molecular scale, what threat do the Vitromites pose? It doesn't matter how fast they are, how strong they are. It doesn't matter if they are socially castrated or grapists. It doesn't matter how hard they punch, cause their arms will always be too short to box with God.